Kids from Mexico.
And we're off.
Go for it.
To the races. I have an embarrassing thing to say. I don't remember how to pronounce Liz's last name. I've known her for, 8 years now?
Nothing matters.
Is it Miele or Miele?
Nailed it, Miele.
Miele, okay.
Yeah.
I made a meal of it.
You're fine.
Welcome back to the podcast formerly known as
Haters.
Still known as might not be
Haters.
anymore.
Depending on where you're getting this, it might be called white passing or some other version of a commercial safe name or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you're getting this on the dark web, you know what it's called.
Yeah. Did you want to announce the bad news?
This is our last week with Fiji as a sponsor. They have not liked that we don't look at the copy, read the live reads well. They didn't like the suggestion that all the water around Epstein's Island was pure Fiji. And I was like, it's in the news. I'm just trying to get some attention on a good product. It is the best water I've ever drank. I don't want to switch to Liquid Death. Liquid Death, I find an inferior product, but I would be happy to drink their garbage water if they were a sponsor. Right now, I'm drinking this absolute trash, horse piss.
This is the piss to a woman's squirt. I can't even... A lot of people can't taste the difference. I can taste the difference.
Liz, are you a water aficionado? Do you have any, or is all water to Italians?
Yes, let's bring ethnicity into it. I can tell you that New York water is way better than LA water.
It's the one thing you got to give.
LA water is trash,
dude. On Aaron Brockovich, dog.
Yo, dude. I was like, I don't know if asbestos is in this, but I definitely.
Oh, the city does.
I was like, it's not good.
Yeah, it's noticeably bad.
Yeah.
My wife can't even. I filter. We bought one of those filters that's like you could put piss in there and it'll turn it into water. And my wife's like, I'm not drinking this slop. I'd rather have Dasani. I was like, Dasani. Oh, whoa! What's in this?
It's so weird because like I just have like a Brita in New York and who knows if it even does anything and it's great. And then or like you go to a restaurant, it's just tap water.
Yeah.
But here I was like, this is like filtered fridge water, and I was like. No, I actually, this morning I was thinking, I was like, I gotta make myself drink more of this trash
It's the
water.
one, everyone has like an annoying thing about their city where they're like, the highways are better, this is whatever. But like the one thing that New Yorkers actually should hold on to, and this is true, is that the water is better and it makes the pizza better. I've even heard that weird theory. And
I have heard that.
Do you know why though?
No, they'll tell us.
So there's supposed to be these little microscopic like organisms, I don't know, things, and they're giving some meat to it. Like there's like
they get to feed.
There's something in there that shouldn't be in there that like is making it just for some reason.
But I just want fermenting it in the right way, probably.
I want to see when you cook them. When you put them in the pizza.
I want to see some like Italian guy from Staten Island explain that. He's like, there's more mitochondria in the water, so they're just fucking stronger. That's what it is. Our water's stronger. Your water's weak.
You're probably not wrong. The funny thing is like I'm thinking about moving here, and I'm allergic to yeast, so I can't have bagels or pizza.
Or
and
threesomes.
Tell me about it.
Which is how people say hello in LA, by the way. It's disgusting.
But it's like, I don't have to mourn. I don't have to move here and like mourn good, cheap food.
That's true. They do gluten and vegan and all that stuff so good here.
Yeah.
They sneak it in.
Yeah.
They'll like you'll go to a restaurant and they spelled chicken wrong. You're like, oh, these people are stupid. You're like, no, it's fake chicken, and they just spelled it funny.
Like I thought this shit was just ghetto. Like, the amount of apostrophes they put in here, but no, it's just fake.
I thought they had to pay by the letter.
Yeah. Nobody knows how to spell in this city.
Yeah. No, like LA though. Very few terrorist attacks.
Oh, fun.
Actually, a lot of domestic ones.
Yeah. I was like, I'm scared to get out of my car, but okay. So you're saying once every 20 years is...
I mean, who knows? We could be next. I honestly think you guys took a bullet for us. But
I feel like we've done a lot for you.
You've been here enough to know like this city has changed.
Oh yeah,
You've seen it.
I've seen every iteration of the change because I've been here a lot in the last year. But I really like. First of all, you guys had a horrible year. I'm so sorry for everything that's happened this year. What a rough year.
You know what's funny? Like I do hear people.
You're talking
say
about Kimmel, right? No.
I hear people
your Lord
say
and
that.
Savior.
I hear people who are like, I come here often, and man, it's really changed. Just everything, the whole landscape, the politics, everything, and when you watch it happen slowly, I don't see shit.
Yeah, because it creeps up on you.
Yeah.
But here's what I tell people this. I'm like, the way we used to make fun of you guys has even changed. We used to do Valley Girl as the accent. Now it's homeless man.
Yeah.
You know? You're like,
that makes sense.
Well, it's everyone has homeless people, but like this is the one city where the other governors bust their homeless here and then go, no, I would never do that.
Yeah. And the guy's literally looking on a map being like, I'm from there.
Yeah,
I
the
can tell.
homeless guy's just repeating his address back in Dallas over and over again. And you're like, I think he's not from here. But yeah, it's like a thing where like, I think the local homeless, they were equipped to handle that. And then once America dumped the rest of the homeless on it, it's like, well, what are we supposed to do?
These immigrant homeless.
We closed all the cool jails on the islands.
There's
like we don't
no
have any.
civic pride with our homeless in this city. You know what's crazy too is they take the homeless from Los Angeles and they ship them. You know where? Lancaster,
That's where he's from.
My hometown.
That's his hometown. High desert.
Are you being serious right now?
Lancaster, California, former crystal meth
I
capital. of the
thought you
world.
meant Pennsylvania.
No.
I was like, what?
Because he has an East Coast vibe, right? He doesn't feel
You
like
do actually have a very
heard
East
that.
Coast vibe.
It's anger.
Yeah, we
Oh,
both.
okay, that is
yeah.
what it is.
We both got that because everyone's like, "Are you guys East Coast guys?" I'm like, "No, we're just resentful and bitter and like
Nah,
a little
I think I might
racist."
just be a midget. And then the mayor of Lancaster, like 2 months ago, was quoted globally, made global news because he said he wanted to give all the homeless people in the Antelope Valley, where Lancaster's at, all the fentanyl they can.
Oh, the fentanyl they can have, boy.
He was like saying he wanted to kill him.
Jerry Seinfeld commented on
I
that.
got that.
Jerry made a quote on that comment. He's
Oh,
like,
did he?
Give fentanyl, just give them fentanyl some. They don't need all of it. I'm gay. That was a full quote in the New Yorker.
I read that in Variety. Was that in Variety?
It was in the trades.
Yeah, I saw that.
So if any of this is affecting any of your future Disney career, we will cut it right out. We're not married to any single thing we ever say.
I actually found myself getting canceled 10 minutes ago, so this is great.
The problem is like we're so you guys, you're my two friends that are like the funniest people I know that are on the opposite ends of the comedy like trying at it spectrum, where like you understand how to be like a good networker, a marketer, and an amazing comic all at the same time. And this motherfucker's like, I don't even know how to network with my friends.
I haven't returned a text message in
It's
years.
not that I don't know how; it's that I don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
None of us like it. I'm trying to explain to him. I'm like, that's just
So-
part of having a job, dude. You have to do certain things we don't like.
And you have to find a middle ground. I don't do everything that I don't like because I don't feel I find that disingenuous. But I find the stuff that I can do and I do like, and I do that, and then just an inch to the.
I mean, he's putting it in a bad way. I don't do zero. I'm
He-
just
he
bad
does
at it.
nearly zero.
I do about 5%.
For being like 11 years into comedy, and I as soon as I moved here, I just jumped right over him in this town. I was like, dude, Channing, that's a big problem.
But if you're doing 5%, if your goal was to do 15, you would see movement. It's like
He would, yeah.
it would be like losing weight, where it's just like when you're doing everything and the scale is going up, you're like, fuck this.
The problem,
But if
I don't like anybody.
Yeah, that's his.
Yeah,
but
you
neither do we.
you don't need to like.
You don't-
I don't like it.
Someone, I told you this. Someone the other day called me two-faced because I'm nice to some people I talk shit about. I was like, that's an insult, dude. I have way more faces than that. I am a show business machine. Okay, I have like 10 faces at least. You don't gotta like any of these people. You just gotta look at them and be like, I loved your special or whatever.
Sure. I mean, I have a problem with that. Like, I don't like being like, if I don't like your special, I avoid you.
Sure.
Like,
yeah.
you know-
I like that. I used to do that.
Yeah, because I don't want to lie to somebody. It's so funny because a friend of my boyfriend, she's an editor, and I see her and she goes, oh, I just started watching her special. She's like, I loved the stage design. And I turned to him and I was like, she hated it. And it turned out she genuinely only watched the first 2 minutes because she has kids and she got interrupted. So then she continued watching it. But I was like, the stage design? I was like, say nothing. What?
That's like what you say when you have like someone forces you to watch the 1990s Jim Carrey special or whatever. You're like, oh, the cameras are good.
Oh, wow. His pants are flowy.
Funny pants.
Whoa.
What is that, a tie?
Sorry, I love Jim Carrey, one of my favorite comedic actors, but just one of the worst stand-ups I've ever seen in my
I've never
life.
seen it.
If you're ever, you don't drink or get high or anything.
I don't do anything fun.
That's cool. How long? You friend of Bill?
A friend of Bill?
You shouldn't even know what that means. That's an AA thing.
Oh, no. I should know that. I've dated enough AA people. I'm allergic to yeast.
Oh,
and-
yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's, you can't even have fun.
And I can't.
Oh, yeah.
And then like even before I found that out, I loved pot. But I was like starting to have more and more panic attacks, and I'm sorry, I don't know if they're a sponsor.
No. This is all gifts from a
Is that
criminal.
oregano? But no, it was funny. Like weed stopped being fun, and I fought it
Only
for so
panicky and
just
all- yeah.
all panic attacks, never fun.
Yeah.
And then drinking always fucked up my entire system. So when I quit drinking, I was already starting to think. So I just became straight edge accidentally. And then my boyfriend.
So funny.
My boyfriend's never done anything. Like my boyfriend's been straight edge since
culturally Amish.
Yeah, culturally Amish. I love that. But yeah, so it just kind of is weird. I've been unfun, and I've been told I'm unfun for so long, and then to date into unfun, I was like, oh, we're an unfun couple. This is.
What
so
do you
nice.
guys do?
Not much.
Fight. That's what you do when you're sober. You're like, hold up, bitch. Let's get into it.
I mean, we both really care about our careers. He's a documentary editor, and I do comedy. So we're always talking about work and shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
We go to a lot of work functions. We watch a lot of movies together. But like I don't. We're both sugar addicts. So like when I leave here, I have to go pick him up like a fun beverage.
Oh, the
like,
devil's dairy.
Yeah. But it is kind of like the amount of like, if you looked at our.
Do you want some pie? I have some pie.
Yo, my boyfriend would dump me for
Really?
your pie.
I swear to God, a friend of mine was over here earlier and he brought a whole fucking pie.
That's a lot.
I'm not going to eat
What kind
it.
of pie?
Apple.
That's a good pie.
By the way,
Cheers.
my boyfriend would dump me for your pie is the same thing they say on the Call Her Daddy podcast.
Oh, fun, cultural. But no, I mean, like the amount, like the messages I send him on Instagram are all like, "This is the best cookie in New York City. This donut's gonna make you come." Like
That's
it's like
so funny.
It's all sugar stuff.
Okay.
So I think we're like, I think we accidentally became foodies. I don't think that's how we
No.
describe ourselves.
It is because it is dopamogenic. And
Yeah.
like, do you eat spicy foods too?
Not really.
Ooh, that's your.
That's the other one. My
back end of your life
sister's on the other
addiction.
side of that. Yeah.
Because when I was sober, I would sometimes. I only went to AA.
When you were sober?
I was sober for 7.5 years. Fully teetotaler, capital T. Didn't take anything. No smoking weed. Didn't take Benadryl often. One time I took 2 Benadryl in a day and it made me come in my pants. So I was like, you should have some tolerance to drugs. Is what I'm saying. You should have a little tolerance to some
Wait,
drugs.
why?
I don't know. I can't explain it. I mean, a girl did come over, but like it was way, way earlier into the like, hey, do you want to have sex? I was like, oh no, it was brutal.
Just no touch?
No, nothing. No.
Wow. Are you
World War
still
II in
chasing-
color was on. They were like, and Hitler invades the Sudetenland. I was like, ugh.
Are you still chasing that high?
No. I'm on Vicodin now, but
Okay.
well, no, I'm not on anything as we're currently recording. But I stopped being sober in about 2017. 2 weeks after the first inauguration, I was like, I don't want to be lucid for this anymore. I was like,
But like, did you have a problem and then you just decided you didn't have a problem?
No, I got
or
sober
you
at
just,
15 because I was cool as hell. Yeah, I had a huge. They
what-
sent me to rehab for a year.
So what made you just say fuck it?
Trump, literally, just like I'm not like anti-conservative or anything, but I was like, if a game show host is going to be president, like I don't want to be more aware
Yeah,
of this.
you're not wrong.
I would like to be high or drunk all day or some kind of like.
Okay.
My goal was actually to start doing heroin, and then I met these homeless guys, and they're like, "Oh, the heroin's gone, buddy. It's all fentanyl." I was like, "Damn." Now I'm one of those comics complaining about how shit was better when I was younger. I was like, the heroin used to be amazing.
Top notch, like black tar.
Yeah. You had all 5 types: China white, black tar. It's
The
gone.
fucking gall you have to make fun of the homeless people in Los Angeles and then come on here and say that your goal is to get addicted to heroin.
Because I'm not punching down. I'm one of those guys. I just happen to live in a house for right now.
He's one decision away from
Literally,
those
yeah.
being his roommates.
And that decision is my wife leaving me.
But would you call it a relapse?
Yeah. Well, I mean, no, because a relapse to me is like when you're like you're trying to be sober and you're like, I had a little fuck up, and then
Yeah.
you're like, now
This was like a decision.
This
you
was
made.
like me. Like my wife was 12 years into it. I was 7.5 years into it, and we're like, I think we're done with this shit.
Really?
And part of it was because we have psychology degrees, so we had to study how other people do sobriety in other countries, and they don't do AA.
Yeah, and there's tons of ways to. I have tons of friends that
Yeah.
are sober that didn't do it through AA.
But she got sober at 16, I got sober at 15. As kids, we were told that AA was the most successful program to stop people from drinking internationally, and that the big book is sold in all these different countries. And I've been to AA meetings in Romania, France, Spain. So like I was brainwashed into thinking, I was like, oh, this
is your Scientology?
This is my Scientology. I was like, this Christian cult from 1923 is the best way to stop drinking by telling
That's so
another
interesting.
criminal all of your sex problems or whatever that, you know what I mean? Like the 12 steps and all that
Yeah.
shit. And then one day in school, they were just like, yeah, you know, in Europe, they think this is kind of gay and they just use pills and other stuff. And I was like, what?
What's actually kind of interesting is like now with like Ozempic and all these other kind of weight loss things, one of the aspects of it is that it
Can't drink.
Well, not that it the food noise. So yes, it slows your digestion. The other one is food noise.
Yeah.
And there's people that have gone on like Ozempic or some variation of that like stop gambling, stop drinking, like all this stuff, because it's whatever that addictive part of it gets shut off. So as soon as they can just make that a pill, and when you're like, hey, I have a drinking problem, you take a pill and you're like, oh, I don't have a drinking problem.
It's like methadone for just for dopamine.
Yeah.
But what I found out, they have a pill that's even crazier than that, that's been on the market since the 90s, and it's just they give it to you, and no matter how much, no matter how much alcohol you drink, you just throw it up and you can't get drunk. And they have the same drug for heroin, for opiates.
Oh, so it just literally is
You're
like
allergic.
it's like a stop.
It's
right?
and that drug has been on the market in both in the U.S. and in Europe and Asia and whatever.
I believe that is a weight loss drug. If every time
because it was off label. You're right. Dude, this bitch knows everything about drugs. Sober people always know about drugs.
That's so interesting.
So yeah, that's what it was. Is that like we had the curse, because I was like, I wasn't just in AA. I was Mr. AA.
Yeah, of course. Also, you meet a lot of people. I had a sober boyfriend in my 20s, and he got so many auditions.
Oh my God.
I was so jealous. We both were like young comics, and he got because everybody was in, all these fucking movie stars and shit were in it. And he would like come home. He's like, yeah, I think I'm going to be in this TV show. Fuck you. I want to have a problem.
It's because it's like, it's Freemasonry for poor people and fuck ups.
Yeah.
It's like a secret society for people that got kicked out of society for drinking too much, and now they're hanging out together because they're court ordered or whatever. You're like, how is there advantages to that? But when I was in it, dude, like you could be in Dallas and post in some AA thing, be like, I need a place to sleep. I'm like, I would love to help, but if it means you're not drinking tonight, come stay at my house. And I'm like, I wasn't going to drink, but at
least considering Christianity itself has fucking like doesn't do anything it says.
You think that? Oh, so yeah. I thought you meant the popularity was going down.
No, just that like you literally have like Christian people being like, kill them all. Nobody deserves to live, whatever. But this seems to be a sect, like a weird, sect that is saying like they actually do live by that.
And they sell it to you as like, your higher power can be anything. You don't have to pray to Jesus. It can be a doorknob or Tupac or whatever you want. But then like, if you get deep enough in AA, people are like, you do have to believe in Christ our Lord. And I'm like, okay, why? And I'm like,
because my higher power is my cat.
Yeah. And then I also didn't realize this. Like, if you've ever been to a 12-step meeting of any kind, they do two prayers. The serenity prayer. We all know that. Yeah. God, grant me the serenity, whatever.
Yeah.
But then at the end of the meeting, after a bunch of people have been like, yeah, I used to suck dick for heroin and killed my dad for $12, whatever. We all hold hands and say the Lord's Prayer. The actual, like from the church.
The one that's like, I give my soul.
No, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Like, I just did that for 7.5 years without really realizing what was going on. And then the last half year when I clocked, I was like, this is Christian bullshit. I just started talking during that. I was like, hey, so you watching the game? Like, what are you doing after this? And people are like, hey man, let me finish the Lord's Prayer. And I'm like, what? Shut up. Like, what are you talking about? And then we just slowly we stopped going to meetings. We were still sober for a couple years. And then honestly, wasn't drinking. Alcohol sucks. One of my friends was like, you want to get high? And I was like, more than anything, brother.
So do you feel better?
No. What? Okay, it was a bad decision.
Oh, I thought you were going to be like, I started my own sobriety thing.
No, look at how he's dressed.
No,
that's a good point. This is a really good point.
Yeah, this is horrible.
You think a man with lucidity makes these kinds of decisions?
That bucket hat is 2 sizes too small.
No, honestly, so it was good for a while. There was a while, like, just being able to get high, like what he does, where you're like, yeah, he could just smoke weed every couple weekends or whatever, I'm like, it very quickly after a year or two turned into like, I'm getting high every 30 minutes and I don't know how to function without pot. And then after your tolerance to that goes away, you're like, pills are cool as fuck. Actually, I don't care what the Midwest says. Pills are cool. And, it's whatever.
Is this a cry for help?
No, I talk about this all the time. I'm like, I'm basically.
No, he loves it.
I'm like a pharmacologist. I even removed the Tylenol from my Vicodin before I took it because I'm so health conscious.
He got me off Xanax.
Yeah, I was like, dude, you got to stop taking Xanax to sleep because it's a slippery slope.
Oh yeah, Xanax is really bad.
It's horrible.
It'll make you knock out, but no REM sleep.
Yeah, dude.
None of that REM.
Yeah, I wasn't sleeping for
and
like
then
a
you're
year.
gonna be like one of those like white trash moms that's just always got wine and she's on Xanax.
Don't
That's
tempt him
exactly
again.
what
I just got him off.
It
Don't
sounds phenomenal.
Can't have that pie.
I can't go. I gotta finish my
So
stories.
you never had to be like pulled away from something that was like I'm gambling or I love this or whatever. You know what I mean? Like
French fries? Does that count?
Cats? Did you get it?
No, I mean whatever that is, I can get like uber focused and I get like down on myself. But I don't think addictive, as somebody that's dated addicts and has addict friends, I don't have that, which I obviously feel fortunate about.
That's very good.
I'm also like, but like, keep in mind, like, you know, I perform in casinos because I'm doing so great.
Yeah.
But like, my brother would come with me. Like, I'd be in a casino for a week, and my brother would come with me, and we would, like, you know, just try to make the best of being in this hellhole. And our tradition every year when I would do this gig is we would both put down $10 and we would bet until it was over. And I remember this, and because I don't care, like, I'm not gonna.
It's gone.
It's a video game where you lose your life. What is this? This is insane.
It's the best.
It's crazy. But one year, we literally had 25 cents left. We did some machine, and we ended up getting the $20 back. And I was like, tap out, tap out. People thought we won millions. We won $20. We just thought it was so cool that we played for an hour and didn't lose any money.
Yeah.
And we were like high as a kite. But like, I don't think I'm cheap. I think I started out cheap because my dad's cheap. I am definitely very frugal. And I feel that way, like, with my time, with my money, with my energy.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. I've always, like, my days are planned out. Like, even if I'm not going to say I don't lose a day to, you know, doing the wrong thing or getting distracted. But like, every day is planned. And I think because I'm that person, there's no room.
It's what I like about you.
There's no room for drugs, guys.
It's what I really, because I think you're a better comedian than a business person, but you're high level at both.
I've always been like a business bitch.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's, a lot of us get into comedy and we're like, this is about speaking truth to power or being mean to women or whatever comedy, you know what I mean? Like, being racist on a pot, whatever. You're like, no, this is about selling 2 drinks.
Yeah.
This is about being a middleman for a 400% markup on chicken tenders. And if you can't do that in Iowa, tough shit.
Yeah.
And the people who can't see it as a business and only see it as an art thing, I feel so bad for them.
It's turning around so much that I feel like some of my friends that have died from addiction would be rolling in their graves. But like Mike DiStefano, it's so funny.
R.I.P. He's the guy on the stand. He's
I remember going to AA.
The outline.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was an angel. He was a wonderful person.
Still is.
Damn.
Nailed it. He would love that joke.
He would. He was funny.
No, he was truly one of the first believers in me. One of my first real friends. He was truly like a wonderful person. But I remember because my ex at the time was in AA with him, so I would go to those, like, it's been a year, it's been whatever. I'd go to these like meetings or whatever because he was like a heroin addict or recovering heroin addict. But I remember showing him my website. I was 19 years old. I was so excited about it, and he was like, "What the fuck do you need a website for?" I was like, "So people can find my dates." He was like, "They'll find it. What are you doing?" Like, I remember going home and this thing that I felt so smart about and so proud of, and I saved. It cost me like $1,000. Like, this is in like 2003 or something, or 4. Like I was just so excited about it. And he would shit on the business side. And this is somebody I looked up to, somebody that was like recommending me to people or whatever. And then I would have to like recollect myself and be like, even though I respect him and whatever, and I'm very proud of young me. I still did the business side. I just stopped talking about it with people because I felt like I was being judged as like this loser. But we know it. There's the business comics that don't know how to do comedy. There's the comic comedians that don't know how to do business. And I weirdly did float the line of being pretty decent at both, and to the point where like I'm still helping. It's so the amount of people, because I built my whole brand, my whole career off social media that are like, I've been trying to help them because I love them.
Before people were building their brand on social media.
Oh yeah, like
this was like 6 years before that.
Oh, dude, it's kind of crazy to think what I was doing. Everybody's doing it. And I'm like, oh, I don't.
She's like the Stephanie Hofstetter of comedy. I'm making Steve Hofstetter is my friend who he got viral on social media before other people were doing it. Terrible joke. Had to explain it.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I was like, there's another Hofstetter. I was like, this is crazy.
That would be nuts. That one's the plan.
Yeah, he's brunette. This is wild. No, but like it's weird to me because I'm now having friends today that I've been offering for like truly 8-10 years to help them with their social media, that they're like, I'm ready. And I was like, it's changed. It's even harder.
It's much harder.
And it's saturated. You should still do it, but like, girl,
yeah.
like, the time. The 8th time I offered was the time to
Or
do
they'll
it.
be like, I tried that advice you said 8 years ago. It didn't work. And you're like, well,
Exactly,
now it
yeah,
doesn't work
yeah.
because there's no more Tumblr or whatever.
Yeah,
You know
no
what I mean?
shit.
Every
Dude.
6 months, I get the oomph to go like really rework my social media. I do it for like a day, and then I go, fuck. We're not doing hashtags anymore. What the fuck?
What? Somebody's got to email me?
Yeah.
I had it even worse where I was like, I would get hired for people. I got him a job with this too. I worked for Roast Battle for a while. When I started working for them, their account had like 17,000 followers. And then by a few months later, it had 130,000 followers just because I was posting all the time. Nothing
Yeah.
special. But then with my own account, I was like, I got these 3 guys in Galveston that like follow me every day. I don't want to freak them out. And I'll, maybe once a year is fine to post. Like, it was just the dumbest rationalizations people make for their own thing.
Yeah.
Because
But
all of this is uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable. You think people are judging you. Like I have a girlfriend of mine who literally had to wait until her parents were dead to start posting. Like she just true immigrant parents.
Damn.
You know, like but even now she's doing it and she's getting all this hate. She had a video get over 1 million views and I'm like coaching her through that. Where she's like, it feels like everybody thinks I'm the worst comic. I was like, first of all, you're a woman, so of course they're going to say you're the worst comic. Now, then you're, not white, then they're going to say you're the worst comic, and you're talking about real stuff, like
Strike 3.
kind of. And she actually, I had to go through her messages because she was like, I'm pretty sure somebody threatened my life. Can you? And so I literally read everything. I was like, I think I found a new way to be racist to you. Like that's what the internet has done.
Yeah,
But I literally told her, I was like, hey, if you actually read them, which you shouldn't because you don't have the ability, 50% is this is you're beautiful, this is the best joke I've ever heard, you're amazing, and the other 50%.
It's all in Farsi, but
Yeah.
oh, baby, you're so beautiful.
Yeah.
I want to marry your pussy, baby.
That's a compliment, regardless.
That is, in most of the world.
And the rest is like die in a fire, this is horrible, kill yourself. And I go, that's what going viral is.
That's what going viral is.
And that's the right ratio. If it was 90% kill yourself or 90% this is the best thing I've ever seen, something went wrong.
Yeah.
But this is actually what it's supposed to look like, and you just have to ignore the people that they were never gonna like you. They were never gonna like you because you're a woman. Never gonna like you because you're not fucking white. Like, so who cares that they don't like? They never were gonna like you before even a word came out. So don't sweat it.
So I agree 100%. Everything you just said is basically gospel to me. But the logical conclusion where it's gotten to is somewhere weird, where like basically it's like we have to do anything we can to get attention. And then 90% of the people will hate us. And that 10 to 8%, we're lucky if we convert some of it. And like, what that does is that causes a lot of loud negative attention. That means we're like, the same way our economy is like 30% real money, 70% credit.
Yeah.
We're like 30%, hey, positive comedy stuff and 70% just hateful stuff towards the demographics, other comics, the business, whatever. So it's like, it creates an overall negative vibe to comedy.
Sure, but as somebody, if you've performed live, it's negative.
Of course, yeah.
Like to me,
It's just
it much harsher and constant? Right, I have to open my phone and I was like, oh, I'm not doing well. Like it's like
I think what it is that the fact that it lives in the public.
That's it. That's all it is.
If you bomb at a show, you go, oh, that's 3 minutes of history now. That's never going to be seen.
Yeah.
But if a comment is negative and it lives on the internet, and you go, how many fucking people saw this?
It's
who
like,
cares though?
That's both the truth.
I think that's the psyche though. Like that should be the idea: is who gives a flying fuck?
But like you have to understand, if I think I have about 500,000 followers, right? That's across all social media. You want some? Girl? You want some? But I probably have about 500,000 followers.
Yeah.
Anytime a video goes viral, like you said, 90% of it is people telling me I'm the worst comic they've ever seen. This is trash. I get it. Keep your day job. Like all this stuff where you're like, it almost makes me smile to be like, oh, they don't know. I have a lucrative career.
Yeah.
Like I am maybe not, huge, Nate Bargatze famous, successful, but I am
working.
But not like people would kill to be in my position.
Rich Voss would kill his fucking wife to be her.
To be in my position. But like, and I'm proud of what I do. I like my comedy, and I have a fan base, and I'm both good at the creative side and the business side. So somebody telling me this is the worst thing they've ever seen is like,
you go, have you seen Nanette?
yeah, dude.
Yeah. Have you seen David Lucas? Like, what are we talking about? That's insane. Like,
He was sitting in that chair 3 weeks ago.
yeah, we talk a lot of shit here.
Oh, poor David.
How's that chair doing, by the way?
It was 2 chairs.
Here's a question I have for you. Is there any group of people, so you're like, you're able to weed out. Like, you don't give a fuck about negative comments.
I only respond. Are there ones that you're like, come on? Like, there are ones that
the
you're
ones
just
you can
like,
dunk on.
Yeah, where you're like, this is ridiculous. But it's mostly nice. Honestly, the comments that affect me are the fan that's shitty to me. Not the haters. The haters that were never going to like me. It's the fans.
I hate
Is there
that
any
shit.
group of people specifically who, like, a negative comment does get under
Constructive
your skin?
criticism from your autistic,
No.
well-meaning fans.
No, those drive me nuts. You know when somebody tries to explain what my last name means, like I'm a moron? What are you, like the level of mansplaining, like, do you know your last name means honey?
Yeah.
No, I've
And you're
never...
like, we're literally on the internet right now.
Dude, like I've never talked to my parents or met a loser like you. Like it drives me nuts. But no, I had so my new special is on Punch Up Live and it's pay what you want. So I put all my specials for free on YouTube. I knew it was going to be hard to convert to any kind of payment, but I was like, pay what you want, $1.
That's
I'm
cool.
suggesting $5, but $1. And I'll be honest, people have been super generous. I'm very grateful to my fans.
Wow.
But it's $1. So I know going to a new website, putting in your information, putting in your credit card, and paying even
Trusting
$1.
Steve Byrne.
Yes.
Sorry, inside joke.
It's a process, and you're going to eliminate people. And this part of this experiment that I'm doing is the super fan. This guy was like, he said something like, and I put 10 minutes of like a sneak peek on YouTube. He was like, I enjoyed the 10 minutes. I've liked all your last specials, but I'd rather spend $10 on candy. I'll wait for it to come out on YouTube. And I blocked him. I was like, even if he can somehow find my special again, which he will, I was like, let's make it slightly
gonna
hard.
be
I don't
hard.
want your fandom. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I'm better than a Snickers. Hurtful. But it was also to tell you that this person is like, you've given it to me for free. I liked it. You don't deserve any money.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you so hard.
That's one of the fattest things I've ever heard.
I was literally going to say those exact same words. Not even fat, pathetically gay. Candy?
Here's the deal: $10. What are you getting? 2 paydays and a gummy worm? Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck are you talking
And I
about?
was asking, I was suggesting $5.
She's
and
suggesting
saying,
$5.
And saying you could pay $1. Like you, but this is the thing. I've had fans be like,
I'd rather spend 10 on candy.
He's bringing up how broke he is for no reason.
Jesus. But like I've had fans be like, "Hey, I'm in a tough go. I support you, but like I don't know if I can." Sure, dude, I get it. That's why it's pay what you want to begin with. But I think it's a special. I don't think it takes even a comedy nerd to know it's done.
It's done.
It's a fucking special, and the guy giving me notes, I don't delete any comments. Those are the ones that I have to like delete the notification because I'm at like my poor boyfriend. I'm at like level 10 rage for like Randy 2255 because he was like, hey, this is pretty good, but what I would do, what would you do, Randy? Like, fuck you.
And that's why comics in the 70s came up with,
here's what I would have done.
I don't go to your job and slap the dick out of your mouth.
His profile is like a zoom in of his face. Like the whole circle is his face. And around it says, I voted.
Yeah.
Some shit, you know?
Dude, he is like the nastiest little guy when it comes to like making fun of people like into their face or around them or whatever. Like they don't get in on the joke, but there was some lady, she was doing she was an Asian lady. And she was doing this like, I'm better than the audience. I'm saying all the correct liberal talking points.
Stage?
On stage, yeah.
She was not
bombing.
doing well.
She was bombing. No, she wasn't just not doing well. She was in the East Side bombing. This is a home field advantage, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I see Channing in the corner. It looks like he's taking a picture, like zooming in, and then he shows it to me. He's like, is this a good picture? And it's Bobby Lee on Mad TV dressed up as a woman. He's just zooming into a picture. He's like, is this good? I was like, dude, why don't you do this in the rest of the show business atmosphere? Don't show this to me. Show this to casting directors,
Show
you
this
idiot.
to the world.
Yeah.
Take your talent. Put it out there.
Do I show a cat? All right, so here one time, me and my buddy Babu, we were in the back of this show that nobody
You know what
wanted
I
us
mean,
to be
though.
at.
I'm just saying he's like the ability to create that kind of humor and stuff on the spot.
Yeah, sassy bitch humor. That's needed.
That's me.
Yeah.
That's me in a nutshell.
You could be the straight Tim Dillon, Slim Dillon.
Slim Dillon.
There is. I asked you that just to say this because like the few videos that I've ever had do well on the internet, and there's not many. The one comments, like I'm able to brush off most. I don't give a fuck. Whatever.
Yeah.
The ones that get me are when I can tell that it's like a bro.
Yeah.
Like a dude. If he's like flexing in an LSU cutoff tee, I go, fuck, god damn it.
If any SEC fan doesn't like my stuff, it cuts deep.
Like one dude, one time I posted a joke about abortions. It was some stupid joke, and some guy commented, "I hope she sees this, bro." And I was like, "Fuck."
What the fuck?
But I guess I think a part of me feels like so many of the people commenting either wish they were doing this or wish their life was better.
Hey, don't touch whatever you're touching over there.
Sorry, no, I'm trying to make sure my phone's on silent. Because I saw him making a bunch of things. Sorry.
Don't touch his stuff.
No, it's my stuff near his stuff.
Don't even get near his stuff.
You're right. No,
she was saying something so sincere,
Yes.
and I just can't not do a stupid bit.
I do really wish you were just like, what are you doing? Bob.
Well, that's all we do with each other.
I literally felt her sincerity. I was like, I better make sure the phone doesn't fucking interrupt.
And I know, and I'm such a cynical piece of shit that I felt it too, and I was like, I gotta get out of this.
Oh no!
I was like, what's Babu doing over there? Let me do a bit real quick.
No, but I just don't. I'm not pretending that there's certain comments that don't get to me, but one, I just walk away, and two, who the fuck cares?
Who cares?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, why would you let a person you're never going to meet prevent you from doing the thing that you want to do at a level that you wish you were doing it at? And I think that's what I like. The word, the term cringe that's now in here. Like, I guess it's good to have a term because we didn't know what it was before. You would just see somebody do something and you're like, nah.
You would just say a slur before. You're like, that's making me feel beep.
But it's like, you're just like, you would judge them and you'd be like, oh, I hope people aren't saying that to me. But now that like cringe is there, it's just like you do get to a point where you're just like, yeah, but the cringe person's doing what they want to do.
Yeah. Cringe is cool now, I think.
Well, in a way,
it depends. Watch yourself. Be careful.
He's so online. I sometimes trust him about this, and I'm like, I have noticed that like the kids, the TikTok kids specifically, they're like, oh, you can enjoy cringe ironically. I'm like, we've always been doing that.
Yeah, look
like,
at how you're dressed.
Exactly. Yeah, you think I like a gas station? Like I'm wearing a gas station shirt, a place that advertises as a clean place to take a shit. It's my bucket hat too.
It's a great place to take.
And
shit.
people are like, that's my favorite brand.
Yeah,
it's one of my favorite companies.
It's Louis Vuitton.
Yeah. Palantir.
Wawa. Have you been on the East Coast?
Dude,
Wawa.
When they do Wawa and Sheetz versus Buc-ee's, I'm like, guys, we're supposed to be attacking the rich, not fighting over which gas station is better.
Dude.
But I do like a Wawa.
Hearing Tony Hinchcliffe talk about how great Wawa is in his 4 years that he's been in Texas.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have anything else that you can pump up. You have to put California down in such a way that you're now talking about the buttery flour tortillas at the Wawa. You can't get them anywhere else.
Even the place where I get discreetly topped off and have gay sex in the bathroom is better in Texas.
Still a fan, Tone.
I'm a huge fan. Please have me on next Monday. Unbelievable. Another great minute from Michael Richards, everybody. Give it up for him. Kill Tony's favorite. Sorry, you know what we should do, actually? This is about the middle point. We always have people plug at the end. You want to plug dates or anything in the middle?
I would love to.
Because that way the assholes can't skip.
Is this ever coming out?
Well, we have to do it in the middle.
Drew Lynch is going to do this.
This podcast is getting deleted.
Attila is going to do this. Nikki Glaze. A lot of people are going to do it. So it's going to get some views and then get completely deplatformed. But for a while, people are going to see this.
Okay. I have a new special out. It's called Space Camp. Right now you can watch it on punchup.live/Liz Miele. And I'm touring all my tour dates. I don't know when this is coming out, but
let's say 2 to 6 weeks.
2 to 6 weeks. I'm taping my special in Boston, November 6th.
Yo, where
at Capo. It's like not a real venue, but down like in the basement of this place has like a beautiful small low ceiling theater.
That's awesome.
It's really dope. I'm pretty excited about it. So
is it Capo or Capo? How do you?
As an Italian, I'm sure I need put your hand up. Yeah, it's three hands. It's 3 hands. I would say all my dates and then a bunch of stuff next year.
We will work extra hard to get this out 10 days before your special recording at least. So at least 2 extra psychopaths show up because of this.
Nice. If you watch my specials, I have a bunch of free ones at lizmiele.com and on punchup.live.
And while we're at it, Fiji water, everybody. Fiji was the water that Anna Nicole Smith used for a douche one time, and it gave her a natural hysterectomy. Her pussy just completely spit out her uterus. And we drink it every day. We put it in our mouths.
Great coffee enema.
Right? Absolutely.
Yeah, it's some of my best ones.
The plastic is 100% recycled.
That's why we're leaving them behind.
Yeah. Well, that's because a lot of they don't tell you what it's recycled from. It's a lot of dildos that were used mostly on men, and then they turn those into water bottles.
I love recycling.
Fiji water.
Dildos.
Anyway.
We'll miss you. That is impressive you just released a special and you're shooting another one at the end of the year?
Yeah, it's slightly less impressive because I filmed it last September and I put it out this September. So it took a full year to put it out.
That's impressive.
And then, I'm filming another.
Bobby Lee has never put out a special. Do you understand that? Like, there's
Is that true?
Yeah. My friend's directing the one that he's about to put
I
out.
would say, I can't tell when you guys are joking or not.
No, we're not. There's certain.
That's true.
Norm Macdonald never wanted to put out a special.
You know, I also respect, like, I have a lot of friends, like, when I started, like, going back to, like, what we were talking about before, it is helpful to know what your goals are because, like, I thought everybody's goals were these traditional goals.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I always wanted to make albums.
Do the Tonight Show.
Do the Tonight Show, be on late night, tour, headline, you know, and then I remember my friend Maria's like, I don't want to do that. And I was like, what are you, nuts? And I'm doing it, and I do love it, but also I'm like, oh yeah, I'm nuts. I'm the one that's crazy. Yeah. But like, it is helpful that like some people just didn't want to do that. Like I feel like this city specifically is a city of comics that don't want to live the life that I live.
A lot of this. But actually, it used to be more of that before the pandemic, where people were like, "I don't want to be on the road. I just want to have my cushy writer job."
And then they found out how much fucking money we can make.
Well, not only did they find that out, all the writing money went away.
Yeah. Dude, this is so funny because like when the writer's strike happened, like everybody in New York, like all the bookers were like, "We got to give the spots to the writers," and I was like, "Sure, they have mortgages and families because they once made money." Mm-hmm. And then after like however long it took, I was like, "Yeah, I have to work too." Like it took a little bit. Like I was like, let's get these writers back. Like this is crazy. Like you can't just give them like they were making 8 times more money than I was, and then they didn't make money for 8 months. I was making no money, and then you took the money away because these guys aren't making all the money. Fuck this.
Do you think you're gonna replace their SAG dues with check spots and fucking hosting
I was just
pay?
So
like, that's insane.
Like in the beginning,
not gonna pay for itself, though, okay?
It was so funny how quickly I was like, sure. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Also, because it was 10 years of dudes getting canceled, so sadly falling down to being loser comedians that I was like, why are we the last stop before homeless? Like, this is so annoying.
If Roman Polanski got canceled today, he would just be a comic. He wouldn't have had to go back to Poland.
Well, now it's a podcast.
Yeah.
Like it really is.
The Polanski podcast.
Podlanski? I would listen to Podlanski.
But we're lower than a podcast. Like it's just but it's just like, fuck you. I actually love doing this and I work really hard and I'm resentful that like if you touched a woman inappropriately or you lost your job, we're what catches you.
Yeah, I know. I hate that so much too. My solution to it though, because I'm sick of just complaining about it. I think it's time for the third comedy union. We need to organize.
Well, it's interesting because I was 19 when there was a comedy union in New York.
2003, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's wild. It was Ted Alexandro and Russ Maneve.
So can I tell you a funny story?
Please.
I'm talking to Attell one time and I was like, what's your opinion on comedy unions? And he's like, I don't like the idea that guys can just join a thing and they're a comic just like me and now we're fighting for, he's like saying all this like anti-union stuff. And then he lights up a cigarette. And I was like, weren't you a member of a comedy union in 2003? And he goes, yeah, I ain't no scab. It's the best. And I'm like, oh, so that you can even do it with guys that like are ideologically opposed to whatever collective bargaining they think is in their heads. Like,
and it truly changed New York and
established the pay that is still paid today.
No, it went up after the pandemic.
Oh, sure. But
I mean, there's a couple of clubs. There's a couple of clubs, but like I don't think it would have even gone. Like the fact that it even went up without somebody fucking making them go up. Like I think a lot of it had to do with the PPE and whatever.
And you know the 79 union out here, right?
Yeah, I read about it.
So that's the first.
When they were getting
one.
paid, they were getting paid in sandwiches.
They're getting paid nothing. Mitzi was going to the bank with 10 to 30 grand and like some sort of giant fake purse or whatever, and she's like, if I have to pay the comics even a dime, I'm out of business. Like it was, and she actually used all her. Mitzi's I think the most famous union buster of all time. Sorry, Polly. But she went on the Tonight Show and she's like, the comics are trying to ruin me. And that was why SAG-AFTRA did not sponsor the comedians union. And they had to find a lesser stripper and nightclub union to be attached to.
Yeah.
And that was its perpetual fault. But just like in New York, they accomplished what they sought out to. They got the pay that they demanded. One of the ways they did it is that Jay Leno and David Letterman, who were starting to get famous at the time, they were always on the picket line.
Yeah.
And Jay pretended to get hit by a car that the Comedy Store owned, and they were like, all right, we'll negotiate, we'll talk, we'll settle or whatever.
But it's so wild to me because look at it from every perspective. Amazon, Starbucks, Walmart, where they're just like, well, if we pay them a living wage, and it's just like, you have 17 fucking yachts.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here? You're saying if you paid people so that they aren't on government assistance, which should be illegal. Like, you can't have a business and have people on government assistance. How is that? This country is so, like, it's already fucking more backwards than it's ever been. But even fucking 1995 government was backwards. This is so crazy. And like right now I'm filled with level 10 anger because the clubs are even worse than they ever were before. But like, I'm getting some of these deals and I was like, so you're telling me I'm going to show up less money than when I started, and then after, you know, whatever the expenses is, after 40 people show up, you're going to give me 70%? My people on a fucking Wednesday? No, I'd rather not leave the house. What are we doing here? I have a fan base and you're fucking telling me that I have to beg for you to take money away from me on a Wednesday?
And you got to stand by the door and count that they're like, you actually got to 50 people or whatever, because they'll fuck you every time that they can.
But it's like, it's so funny. I was talking to my agent about it and he's like, oh yeah, they accidentally sent me the money they made. Like, instead of like the ticket sales, they sent liquor, what they made on a show that wasn't great. And you see that they're raking in the money. It's like, yeah, man, that's why when you're bigger, you can negotiate 100% of the door, because they're making so much money off us, yet they're dicking us over because they're making slightly less because we're in a recession. Fuck
if you do enough shows, I know this as a fact from D-Ray Davis, a friend of the pod. If you do like 13 shows in a row or whatever, they'll give you 5% of the food and beverage.
Yeah, of course. Dude, it's because I've always like flat out, because, you know, sometimes they try to touch your merch. And I was like, no, it costs money.
You're like, dude,
I did everything.
You don't want a piece of my merch. It's super anti-Semitic. You just being associated with it will cancel your venue. You know,
the bitchiest I've ever been, because I can be a real business cunt.
That's a great word.
Yeah, no,
that should be the name of your new special.
Just so you know, if there's anything everybody likes about me, is they'll show me a like a contract, and I'm like, no. Like truly, and I'll be like, this is how you negotiate. This is like, that's the stuff like I'm good at, and I'm so grateful I am. But I was opening for Hurry Kondabolu for years.
Great fun.
Hurry's wonderful if you don't know Hurry. And he did a big theater, and I think in Orlando, right? And they said, you know, we're gonna have to take 5% of your merch, some shit like that. And I was featuring, so it's not even on me anyway. But, you know, I always make them cross it out. I would, like, why would I? I'm not fucking Jim Gaffigan. You don't have 80 people selling my merch and you're making hundreds of thousands of dollars. We're talking about 4 CDs.
Yeah. Also, that's shit that you paid for.
Oh, yeah.
They might as well just go, you're going to have to pay us $150 to
any House of Blues, like a lot of Live Nation venues will impose that on you.
But keep in mind, you've seen it when it makes sense, where like you go to buy liquor and there's shirts everywhere. It's almost like you're at Epcot. There's different people paying, selling your shirt. You could probably sell like hundreds of thousands.
At a Joe Coy show that he should give 5% of the merch.
I get it. Somebody's doing
TNT Arena or whatever.
Yeah, whatever it is. That makes sense to me. We're talking about 4 CDs I sold myself next to the headliner. She literally, there's an accountant that came and she's like, I need the 5%. I go, I sold 4 CDs. She came and she took I literally was counting out pennies. Like, I was like, I was such a cunt. I was like, aren't you embarrassed? And she would not look up.
Aren't you embarrassed?
You should.
You got so Italian, you went Sebastian.
Isn't Sebastian Maniscalco Italian?
It would be so funny if he's Jewish pretending to be Italian. Like, that's just a tradition in comedy.
Okay.
Yeah, we know.
So Italian that you turned Sebastian.
Oh yeah, no, I'm super. I was like, my dad loves him. I was like, I'm almost positive.
It's every Italian's final form when they get fucked over. They're like, are you serious?
But I was.
That's how you guys get embalmed.
Yeah.
But I was like, this is insane. Like,
that is crazy.
Because every other place would be like, you know what I mean? Because it's like, what are we doing here? And she's like, the books. I was like, what books? No one knows I'm here.
Oh, Hofstetter used to do the funniest thing, because I do House of Blues and they would watch the whole time with the merch and then be like, how much merch do you sell? He's like, basically nothing. Just lie to their face. And they'd be like, really? We saw a lot of. He's like, nah, there's a lot of people trying stuff on. I just gave it away for free. Didn't like. He would just say anything because you're like, they can't prove it. It's all cash sales. What am I gonna?
Fuck you.
He give him like $5. He's like, that's your end. That's really 50%, honestly.
I lost money.
He was a G about it. It was awesome.
Yeah, no, and you should, because that's.
I hate how much you're starting to make me like Steve Hofstetter.
I'm just objective about it. There's things you can make fun of about the marketing, but like objectively, he's very funny. The first time I ever worked with him, he's like, do you play golf? And I was like, no. And he's like, do you want to play golf for money? Immediately, I was like, that's hilarious.
But I also think there is a business savvy that Steve does. Excuse me.
And that he teaches.
And that he teaches.
He's so not gatekeeping, but he'll teach it to people he doesn't like.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was trying to learn ads. That's where I draw the line, and I've given up.
Running ads?
Trying to learn.
I'll teach you ads.
Dude, it's like learning another language, and it just feels like you're pissing away. I know people that are like, I sell out because of ads. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I gave Mark Zuckerberg all my money.
Yeah, you're just mailing money to Meta if you're doing it wrong.
Yes. And that's the thing is if you do it slightly wrong, it's a waste of money.
Yeah.
And it just, I was like, I'd rather kill myself than try this again. And I like literally watched
Well, that'll
like
be my
a Zoom.
gift to you.
Oh, killing myself?
No.
Please take me out of this comedy misery that is my life.
No. I'm an ad wizard.
I would love that.
I'm gonna teach you.
Yeah. No, seriously. I already barely speak English, and learning another language, like I'm a moron, but that stuff is like, you couldn't pay. Like was ready to study it. Like, and every single time I was like, I can't do this. I can't. And it's gambling, right?
It is gambling.
Because if you do it wrong, you lose it. So I was like, oh, my show didn't sell. It's like, you got 1 million clicks.
Watch.
And I was like, 7 people bought tickets. You can't tell me I got 1 million. I don't live my life through clicks. Like, what are we measuring? Measure sales. Like, this is, you can do it. You can do it.
You can.
You know how to measure through sales. So stop measuring through clicks.
I'm not going to give advice on this pod, but just let me ask you one question. When you boost stuff, when you put money behind ads,
I haven't done it in years because I've cried over my computer so
but
many
when
times.
you did, were you boosting clips that had already gone viral or brand new clips?
Viral clips.
Okay, that's the only thing you're supposed to do. That's where most people fuck up, is like, they're like, I thought this clip would be good, and then they put money. I'm like, you're supposed to have a track record of what people already fuck with.
Yeah.
And then add more money.
And then
pick a region.
We have to get real.
We'll make it funny in a second. Hold on. Fiji water. They hate fucking. Fiji water. You'd think it'd make you wet, but it actually dries your ass.
Are you tired of paying for abortions? Fiji water. It'll do the trick.
The arsenic content in this water is so high, you will miscarry no matter what. I don't care what you paid. Sorry.
Rats drink it. I wanted to contribute.
This is Arrowhead for dogs.
One of the only segments that I ever wanted to do with people on this podcast is, and I feel like, because you're an actual, like, a genuine sweet person with good advice. So we do, like, self-care, self-crash.
Okay.
You give one self-care thing that you're like, this is like a tip I picked up around the way or whatever. And then afterwards you give one thing where you're like, and if you're going to, like, have a bad time and crash out and freak out, here's a fun way to self-destruct.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
When you say self-care, it can be anything?
It could be anything. It could be like, oh, I found a way to be hateful online, and that helps my soul. Whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what self-care means to every person.
I'm such a not fun person. My self-care is so lame, but it really is like, just get the fucking bougie cup of coffee. Like, when I'm on the, like, so this is the thing, is like, when people, like, I have friends that are like, I hate the road. I'm lonely on the road. I'm miserable on the road. There's like 2 cities I've been miserable on the road with. I love antique stores and like junk, and I love just like a fun, too much sugary cup of coffee. And that, I'm like in bumblefuck wherever, and like my sister called me. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm busy having the best time of my life by myself.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be like, so like Raleigh's cute, but like I can only think of Raleigh
Did you
right
get into
now.
coffee late, by the way?
I did.
Yeah, that's what that's a pattern I've recognized with
Yeah.
some of these culturally Amish.
I am very much so. No, I got into coffee late. I was a tea person, but like it was like tea, bubble tea, coffee with bubbles. Like, I've really become like a child, but I love a sugary beverage. But like, whatever you like doing that you feel like you don't have time to do anywhere else. Like, I don't go to vintage stores in New York. I'm busy. I have shit to do. But I'm in bumblefuck wherever. I'll see if I can walk. I'll get my steps in. I'm like, oh, it's a mile walk. Nobody would do that. I walk the mile. I go to a vintage store. I have my overpriced cup of coffee, and I'm high as a kite, just so happy, living my best life, doing something I would want to do when I was away, but doing it by myself. And and then I gave myself a budget. This is mostly for people on the road. When I had no money, it was $10. And now that I'm rich, it's $30. And I bought, and my poor boyfriend is like, do not buy it. I was like, but it's $29. It's in my budget. But I love junk. I love just touching old shit. That doesn't sound great. By myself while getting high on caffeine. And I will say, like, if you're on the road, whether it's like, or like, I have friends that their parents are sick and they're taking care of their parents. It's like, you're doing something hard and difficult and sad. Fucking that's the treat yourself. So I would say like that's my how to survive comedy advice.
Ooh, I love that.
Thank you.
We're gonna both do some self-care before we go to the
crash
the
show.
self
Yeah,
crash.
please. I want to hear it.
Actually, I don't even know if he has any self-care tips in his life, so I might just do one and then
Go for it.
That was so disrespectful.
No.
All he does is put me down.
It's so fucked up. I've noticed.
He told me the other day, he's like,
if you want to start a second podcast,
Oh my God. When you move out here?
he told me the other day, he goes, I wish I was as opinionated as you. I don't have any thoughts. I'm like a dog. And I was like, you said that about yourself, dog. That's on me.
That is true.
Yeah.
Like when you guys are waxing poetic, I'm over here like thinking about different ranch recipes.
That's what I'm like. I'm not saying he doesn't do. I'm like, I think he's above self-care. I think he's like living in a type of zen that only Lao Tzu and like.
no, but like you don't have smudges on your glasses. That says something about you. And like your beard looks
nice.
pretty like put together. So it's like I think it's just different.
Dude, you should see him when a black guy cuts him off in traffic.
I back down. I am scared.
All right, let's hear your self-care.
Here's the deal.
Do drugs.
Walking. No, that's the ultimate drug.
Yeah.
The more you can't, I mean, you'll get addicted to it. The one thing that Americans don't do in mass, the reason that our ER visits are what they are, is we just don't
Walking.
walk. And the few cities that are like walkable are very expensive
Yeah.
and very East Coast and whatever. Here, when you walk, people are like, "Oh, are you on your way to homelessness? Like, why would you be on the streets?
Are you
There's-
looking for your keys?
Yeah. Like, there's literal poo-poo on the streets everywhere. Human,
Yeah.
dog, like something in between. And you're like,
Yeah.
don't come into take your shoes off. Everyone, it's
Yeah.
all Asian households here.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like, so, but walking is the most important. I mean, that there's no level of self-care. It's like drinking water where you're like, you're not doing that?
Yeah.
Why? Why? You can accomplish so much. You can write jokes when you're walking. You can like let go of a resentment, you know.
Wayne Gretzky.
You can do whatever you need to. Sorry, I got in a huge fight with him yesterday.
Great.
But walking, walk it off. I think there's a reason coach would yell that at you when you got, your spine fucked up or whatever.
It's so weird. I was on like a little like weight loss app or whatever, and you can link it to your Fitbit, and the goal was 2,000 steps. I live in New York. Like a bad day for me is 20,000 steps.
Yeah.
Like it was so. I was like, I do that to my bathroom.
What
like,
kind of Iowa fucking asshole?
but you really start to learn. And like even here, like I've been going for runs and I've been taking walks. But yeah, it is harder here. Like I'm in my car.
There's no sidewalks in most of Houston where I grew up.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
It's not even like it's not habitable most of the year. Most of the
Yeah.
year you have to be indoors because 8 months it's 100 degrees with 90% humidity. So
Yeah.
if you were to walk, you'd lose 2 pounds of body weight in water.
Jesus.
You could just get one of those walking treadmills.
Sure. But I find that like the walking treadmill, unless you're watching a movie or doing something.
No, it is lame. I do think a walk and you go somewhere, even if you're just like it's
Dude,
Echo
yeah.
Park, you're just going in a circle or whatever.
Even going in a bad neighborhood that you've never
Yeah,
been to. You're like,
yeah.
dude, a walk can change
get
so many things.
get your heart beat up. You'll lose weight, dude. Dude, bad neighborhood walk.
Yeah, I
Smart.
don't want to steal yours, but the past year that has also been my thing.
Yeah.
I walk every single morning, and now I'm starting to do it at NoHo Park, and they have like a little prison style gym set up. You know,
I
like
love a
like
prison gym.
like a body weight outdoor gym. I do that. It's like me and 2 homeless dudes, and like one dude who's training for a boxing match. He's gonna lose.
It's like one dude that can't afford CrossFit, 2 homeless people in you.
Yeah.
yeah.
Perfect.
I do that.
Same at the open mics, by the way.
And oddly enough, the same amount of people shadow box. But I do that. But I also, this is a new thing I've been doing. I've developed a very expensive Sizzler habit.
Ooh, yeah.
Sizzler?
The Sizzler is like my new thing. That's my treat yourself. Is I go, I'm gonna get a New York strip and the salad bar, and then I bring out all my notebooks that I've collected over the years of stand up. I put them in a backpack and I don't write.
Great.
Yeah, I go, I'm gonna go through all these. I'm gonna mine for gold, try and get my juices flowing, and I just eat steak.
He invited me to Sizzler last week. We did a brunch show.
I didn't even know it. I literally passed one 2 days ago, and I was like, I thought they left in the 90s.
Yeah.
I did
You
not.
thought it was like a bit for movies and stuff?
Yeah,
You're like,
I did
no.
not know they still had Sizzlers.
That's the one funny thing about LA. Everyone thinks it's like a cool hip town. Every Midwestern restaurant is still alive
Little
here.
Caesars. I didn't know they
Still
still had
doing
Little
fine.
There's
Caesars.
one walking distance.
Yeah, it's wild.
Wiener Schnitzel is still moving units in LA.
All right, tell me about your Sizzler dates.
We did a brunch show, and then he was like, "Let's go to Sizzler afterwards." I was like, "That's awesome. Let me go get my wife." And then my wife was having like a thing, and I was like, "Oh, we can't go. Never mind." I'd be like, "We have a problem." And not 20 minutes goes by. He texts me a picture. He's outside with a whole Mexican family on the ground doing like an early 2000s rap album cover pose, and he's like, "This is what you missed out on."
It was like we walked up and there was a whole family, which I don't know why they were having a family reunion at Sizzler, but I fucking appreciated it.
We both know why.
Yeah, because the hot dog cart wasn't open yet. They were doing a family picture, and I was like, "You guys want me to take a picture for you?" And I like took a couple, and then some Asian lady walked up, and she was like, "You get." I'm gonna do Filipino. I don't think she was. You get in the picture. And
you're
'cause
like,
she thought I
yes.
was in the family.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Yeah, come do it." And I was like, "No." I go, "All right, I'm gonna do it." And I jumped in there, and I'm like doing all
Dude,
this.
it was the funniest
It's
thing.
amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, not 30 minutes had gone by before I was like, man, I can't go. Sorry, we'll try next week. And he's like, you should have hung out, man.
Yeah, you missed it. I got adopted, bro.
It was tight.
Some people have Sizzler magic. You know
It
what
was
I mean?
a good steak day too, because sometimes you go to Sizzler and it's a bad steak day, where like their cuts are just dog shit.
Yeah.
It's a lot of flat irons.
Yeah,
and
dude.
You made a whole family friend, and you got a good steak.
It was a good steak day. Like sometimes you'll go to Sizzler and you'll order the New York strip, and it's like a ribeye, which you would think is good, but it's a ribeye from a cow that died, wasn't killed.
It was like
Yeah.
a dairy cow.
It just died of natural causes, and you're
Yeah.
like, this tastes benign. Like, well, fuck it.
Fuck it, it was $7.
This cow had a full life, and I can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah. I go and I get the salad bar, dude. I eat maybe half my steak, and then I just fill up on those little shitty ass wings. Let's go to Sizzler after this.
Let's go to Sizzler.
I love seeing your joy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That truly makes me happy.
It was,
After
it was
this-
inspiring.
Literally, the only thing I'm doing
Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
around like 6, I'm going to try to go to a Dodgers playoff game. And the funniest thing here is that like the local town does not care about the sports teams at all, or like some people pretend to.
Yeah.
But like in the middle of July, they'll have like Guatemalan Heritage Night at the Dodger Stadium. This is one of Pat Barker's jokes. The tickets will be $110, and then for a playoff series, right, they'll be like $40. Like they don't
weird.
care at all about the sports aspect of it. They just like that stadium.
Yeah.
They like the hang.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is what all sports should be, where you're like, you're just hanging out and getting drunk, and then you look, oh, a touchdown. That's kind of nice.
Do you know Tony Deo? He's a New York comic.
I know of him, but I don't know him.
He's a good friend of mine. I think it was for his like 50th birthday. No, I think it was after the year after. But he was like, hey, I bought a bunch of $10 tickets to the, I think the Yankees.
Or the Mets or whatever,
Yeah, I don't
something.
know. Yeah, it had to be
If
Yankees.
it was in the
'cause
Bronx, it was the Yankees, and if in
yeah.
Queens, it's Mets.
And I was like, yeah, I've always wanted to have ice cream and a helmet. I'll be there. And so it was just me and a couple of like our comic friends, and like he was like, you want to buy ice cream? I was like, it's your birthday. He's like, I think I need this moment to buy you
Yeah,
ice cream.
yeah.
But it was, we just caught up, and then he would be like, shh, 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 and he would explain baseball to me, and I was like, this is fun. I was like, I've lived there for over 20 years. I've never been to Yankee Stadium, and I still have that hat to this day.
The little ice cream hat?
Yeah, I put it on my cats.
Nice.
Yeah.
I went to Yankee Stadium once to watch the Astros in a playoff game. Sorry, we always own the Yankees, but they lost that time. And anything any vile slurs or whatever that you've heard at open mics or comedy shows, like nothing could top what was being yelled at Venezuelan men by the guys in the stands that I was in, which is all the Astros are like, none of them are white. That was the funny thing about the cheating scandal, is like someone had to translate and explain it to them. Like, hey, you guys were cheating. They're like, ¿por qué? What do you mean? How? ¿Cómo?
No sabe?
Yeah. Like none of those guys speak English. That's why they had to use a trash can to cheat or whatever. Because like it just needed to be a sound everyone could recognize, and the same thing.
I don't know the scandal.
The Astros were sign stealing, which is in baseball you throw like fastballs or changeup, right? And I guess if you know that it's not going to be a fastball, it's easier to hit or decide to not hit, or you know what I mean? It's like you know which pitch is coming. And they were using a sophisticated cheating system with cameras to figure out pitchers' patterns in game, which you're not allowed to do.
Oh, so they would know, the guy would make a sign, he would know it's a fastball. And then they would
when it
prepare.
wasn't a fastball, some employee in the stadium would bang a baseball bat on a trash can, and you could hear it. Like they made like this compilation. It's like, bum, bum, and the guy's like steps away. You know, it's like, no, okay, I'm not hitting that
They
one.
were also mic'd up though. What was the microphones? Remember when Jose Altuve was?
They were claiming there's a buzzer, that like they wear buzzers or whatever, and like
It was a big scandal.
It was a huge scandal. And the Yankees, by the way, the year before got caught doing it with smartwatches. They were all wearing Apple Watches, and they would get a text when the other pitcher was going to throw a change.
Sorry, my wife.
My wife. Oh no, it's my guma.
Oh, this is that DoorDash. I gotta let him in. I gotta let him in.
Yeah. And the umpire would be like, ball, yeah, it's good. But every team was cheating. But it was funny that like the Reds.
Remember when they used to do cocaine? Now it has to be digital, and like now it's like stomp the tour.
Yeah.
Like
Just let him do
literally.
fucking roids.
I've always said that.
Just let him.
I've always
That
said
is one
that.
of the best Bill Burr
What the
jokes.
fuck
Where he's
about-
like, I don't care. He's like, why would I care?
I want to see Mark McGuire juiced out of his mind, hitting the ball 500 fucking yards.
But it is funny. It's like, well, then just let them all cheat, and then now it becomes like a funny class project where you're trying to cheat better than the other
You know what
guy.
it becomes? And this is my second
game?
favorite sport. It becomes Formula One.
Oh.
It becomes an engineering.
Ooh.
It becomes a science off. Because that's what Formula One is.
Yeah.
It's the smartest guys build the best car,
And then
your
the
team
dumbest
has to
guy
go
gets in
build-
the car.
Yeah. Like NASCAR, they all drive the same car.
Yeah.
It's a prototype chassis. You get to choose your tires. You get to choose which engine you want. In Formula One, they go, here's a set of rules that you have to abide by.
Yeah.
The rest, go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the richest, they hire the smartest dudes, and then they build what the fuck, and some fucking French guy.
It's so funny that it took so long for Formula One to catch on here in like the most capitalist hellhole. We're like, now we watch NASCAR where fair is fair. Everyone gets the same car, communism style.
And Europe is like, but rich get rich.
But what about Ferrari? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Yeah.
Doesn't make
Ferrari,
sense.
ironically, sucks.
Before we go to Self Crash, do you have any opinions on this reality comedy festival we're all supposed to comment on? Or
I'm going to give you a spoiler. I don't.
I don't feel like I'm going to say anything people haven't already said.
Yeah.
You're always going to have somebody that's like, oh, I don't pay attention to politics. And it's like, dude.
Yeah, dude, what do you, yeah.
Google. Google.
Facebook. How do you
Go-
open any app and like something?
When you Google flights to Saudi Arabia,
Yeah.
there's like, so it's so interesting. Like I performed in Pakistan in 2018. I
Holy
wanna
shit.
Yeah. And so
USO or just like
on my own.
motherfucker, what, dog?
So hear me.
That's crazy.
You just sent a DM at Pakistan.
So this is what happened. I wanted to perform in Singapore, and somebody was like, the guy that booked Singapore is this guy. His name is Umar. Umar is Pakistani who lives in Singapore. And he goes, yes, I'll book you for Singapore, but also here's Pakistan. And I was like, oh, I don't need Pakistan. He's like, no,
I really don't need
He was like, you'll do Pakistan, but like Alonzo Bowden did it, Carmen Lynch did it, Will Sullivan did it, like all my friends had done it. So I went to all of them and I was like, am I gonna die? And they're like, no, it pays really well. They're really nice. And I was kind of like, never not. It was the only tour. It was the only like tour that people are like, what? Don't do that.
Yeah.
So of course I learned more because I don't think I fully knew what I was getting myself into. Just like light terrorism history. But I was like, fuck it. I'm never going to vacation in Karachi. And this is an opportunity. And I want to see a different part of the world. And I went, and it was really amazing. And it was incredible to like, one, I heard about like how they kicked out I mean, now I would never go today because they're back.
Yeah.
But all the like terrorists and stuff, like how they kicked them out and what happened. It was actually like
The military junta. They eventually had an actor who became prime minister, and then they got rid of him, and now it's back to the military in charge over there.
But like it was really fast. And like, don't get me wrong, like outside, like I couldn't go anywhere by myself. There's 25 million people in Karachi. They wouldn't let me specifically as a woman or the comedians go anywhere by themselves.
Yeah.
And I was like, why? And then he's just like, he's like, well, it's much safer here now. It only takes one crazy person.
Yeah.
And you're and that's how the military is. It's like you're in like bulletproof like vans and shit like
CNN
that.
called it the City of Terror in 202012. Kumail put that in his act.
But it was better. Like it really was. Like,
yeah.
I would not go back now. But like at the time, it's sad. It was.
My Pakistani friend, the reason I reacted that way, my Pakistani friend who wasn't born there, but his whole family was, he speaks like fluent Urdu,
yeah.
Which is just Hindi in a different alphabet.
Yeah.
He was like, I would not take you to Pakistan with me. I'm like, but you have like so like extensive family and all this stuff. He goes, the thing is, hitmen are so cheap there. He's like, hitman is like DoorDash.
Yeah.
So like, you don't know what's up. You don't know that you're a target. You might, he's like, me with my Urdu, just a little bit of American on it, I might be a target. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm out.
Yeah.
And I went to India.
Yeah, and dude, everywhere I went, there's people with rifles outside. Like you go to the venues, there's people with rifles outside.
Well,
like it's like
that's like Chicago now too.
yeah,
so.
sure. But like it was like I saw a level of wealth disparity I've never seen in my life. So you have people that are begging for what is a fraction of a penny, and then like Umar's pointing out mansions that are worth like $18 million.
Yeah.
It's like
Same block?
Yes.
Jeez.
But truly, like after every show, they were just like, "Come party in our mansion." Da, 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 da. Everyone we talked to was like, "Oh, you're from New York? I went to NYU. Oh, Boston? My son went to Boston, and we used to visit Boston all the time." So it's like you're putting yourself out there in a way that I'm forever grateful that I went. But did I do research as somebody that is kind of an idiot? For sure. Was I slightly scared? Absolutely. Was I worried if this pay was not the best pay?
What's the venue setup? Like, what was it?
It was like, I don't know. It just had like regular chairs.
Like an event center, basically.
Yeah, it was a real stage and people and like the chairs that fold or whatever. But guns.
And the crowd was like,
It was like a don't tell.
It was a don't tell. Yeah, it was the furthest don't tell.
It was called Seriously Don't Tell.
Yeah. Nailed
It's
it.
called We're Not Fucking Joking. Keep your mouth shut.
what was the
And
crowd
it was, it was,
reference-wise and all?
no, it was locals for sure, but were there women where all I could see was, their eyes? Absolutely.
As it should be.
Jesus. But what I'm saying, to go back to your original question, what I'm saying is I don't know if anybody said this, but I don't buy the like, oh, I don't know anything about it, or I don't know what they are in the world, because I would never go anywhere and not do basic research to be like, have you chopped anybody up recently?
Right.
Like, and then at the end of the day, anywhere I've been, because I've been to Europe when they were like bombing all around Europe, and I had to like, you have to think about not only your own safety, but like, am I going to be able to get back? I have a family. Is this worth
That's the ticket.
not being able to come back to my family?
Comedian,
so take away what you feel like the risk that they were taking for themselves and their own family is wild. And like we were told just to not talk about religion.
Very wild.
And so, but I've done, regular gigs where they tell me not to talk about religion.
Of course, yeah.
I'm not saying what I did wasn't
We all take Laugh Factory gigs.
wasn't a risk, but I also wasn't doing, I
know what you mean. Well, here's the thing. There was the most famous comedian basically in Saudi Arabia was kidnapped by the government in 2018.
He just called me this morning. Ahmed Al-Qadri called me this morning.
That was me. You put me in your phone as Babu Shmakbar, and you think I'm more foreign than I am.
No, Ahmed Al-Qadri called me this morning, and I couldn't resist a bit. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We love Ahmed. But yeah, this guy was disappeared for, I think, making, like, his wife did something out of line.
Yeah.
And he's sent, in 2022, he's like since reappeared. His wife is still yet to be found.
Yeah.
So it's not just like, we're making jokes. I've been making jokes all week.
Yeah.
I'm like, these guys aren't going to perform. They're going to behead Maz Jobrani because he's the wrong kind of Muslim in Saudi.
Yeah.
But honestly, some of these guys, I'm worried for Louis C.K. Like, how is he going to jerk off to women when you can't see any of them? Like, they're all covered in the garbage bag.
But no, I think the decision they made was, and I understand it was boatloads of money, but like, is that worth your life? Like, that's
what I don't understand. When I'm like, I don't get that argument for Chris Tucker and Dave Chappelle and like, because I'm like, if you needed an extra $4 million, couldn't you make it like that at your level? Like, couldn't you do that in Iowa?
Couldn't you start a podcast?
Absolutely.
Like, I truly was like, whatever, like, even I'm just taking the political aspect out of it, of how you feel and if you care about human rights and blah, blah, blah. Like, truly from a like, you're in another country. You have no power. You lose your passport. Let's just pretend you lost your passport.
Which they do there as soon as you come as a worker.
Yeah, and you want to be like, and you think they're going to help you get it back? Like, I just, and with this government right now here, you think they care about you? You think they're going to rescue you? I just...
They're literally going to be like...
Trump's, we got to get Whitney back.
Yeah. He keeps calling her Roseanne.
The best tweet.
We heard hot Roseanne went missing. We have to get her back.
It's just such a shame.
The best like inside comedy tweet I saw was, wow, there's more women on this lineup in any lineup in New York City. I was like, nailed it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I just think from like a safety standpoint, that's
such a good point.
Wild.
That's a great. I made a joke about it where I'm like, I'm doing it on pods, I guess, but you write material for podcasts now.
Of course, you get it.
It shouldn't have been the famous people whose job depends on artistic integrity going.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It should have been me and you, and we're like, you go out there and you're like, hi, I'm Whitney Cummings. And the Saudi audience doesn't know the difference.
Yeah.
And they're like, we love... I could go out there in full blackface and be like, hi, I'm Chris Tucker, no accent, whatever. And all those guys like, rush hour, we loved it. Like, they would not have... We could have had our cake and eaten it too.
Yeah, that's true.
And instead, they were like, no, we actually have to compromise the moral integrity of these quote-unquote Western artists or whatever. Because here's the funny part. Bill Burr will go around talking shit about billionaires all year, and then for a certain amount of money, he's like, yeah, that's right, I don't stand for nothing. Can you imagine trying to get a Saudi guy to compromise his principles? Be like, how much money would it take for you to draw Muhammad? He's like, nothing, brother. I'd kill myself before that.
Yeah.
And in Bill's defense, he talks about billionaires, not trillionaires. Okay.
That's
so
never said a bad thing.
So the House of Saud and Putin are the only guys that...
I just think it's wild that anybody... your own life, not even just like people that have kids. Because I think it's always funny. They're like, they have kids. What were they thinking? And it's just like, I'm a person. Like,
I'm a guy. I'm a fucking.
I have cats that I have to feed. Why is my life less? But it is. There is a little bit like your fucking family, dude. Like you might never come back. That's
come back.
Wild.
I don't understand it, and I hope that it's like Skankfest where it just keeps going to scarier and scarier countries. You know, like. They're like, Pyongyang, you wouldn't do it for 6 million? Come on. We wouldn't go? You know you'd go. The audience has to clap.
It would actually be hilarious if it turned out to be a Skankfest. Like, you think it's going to be this like upscale Middle Eastern comedy festival?
Everyone come
like
out.
Like lesbian foot licking contest, sponsored by the.
Yeah, I mean, Louis C.K. is going to be doing his best material there to crickets, and everyone's like, "Poop on a woman, poop on." Like that's what they want to see. They want to see. I don't know. Do you know about that? The porta potty thing?
I do not.
They hire American models sometimes and be like, "I'm going to give you $400,000 to shit on you," and they're like, "What? You don't want to have sex?" He's like, "Not at all. It's haram. I just want to poop on." It's a real phenomenon. It keeps happening. Some women keep sex trafficking other women into it. It's crazy. Don't trust me. Google it.
I will not.
Google Saudi porta potty and then watch your algorithm change.
I will not. I will not Google any of that.
I didn't want to know about this. It was blasted into my face.
Where's my phone? I need to hide my phone. I can't believe my phone heard that.
She's putting her phone on Do Not Disturbed.
Perfect. Nailed it.
Ooh, All right. Should we go to self-crash?
Go for it.
I'll go first. The obvious answer is drugs. If you're ever having a bad time and you're like, I don't know what's going on. I've been a good person all year long and you just can't get over depression. Let me introduce you to Purdue Pharmaceutical, because they've been making some great opiates since the 90s and they work. They keep you alive. Heroin and cocaine, all that stuff, that's made in the jungle with gasoline, okay? American pharmaceutical companies, this is drugs for old people. This is drugs for people on cancer, okay? Your liver can handle it, I promise you. Take a couple Percocet, drive around, get some opinions on a billboard, and I'm telling you, you'll feel better. That
was beautiful. I honestly don't know why you don't have real sponsors, because that was so well done.
Well, we do. Purdue Pharmaceutical.
Yeah.
We tried to get Eli Lilly, but
remember when I said I had no morals? That was $400,000 to do that beautiful.
I feel like we picked the wrong companies to make the vaccine. Like we let Pfizer and Moderna, like companies were like, what do they make? I've never taken their products.
You have.
But Oxy, I'm a big fan. If the vaccine came with 10 milligrams of Oxy, we'd all be like, yeah, I got 15 vaccines.
I love it. I love vaccines. I've always loved vaccines.
I've always loved them.
Bent over in a parking lot. What happened to him? He got a booster.
They hear about the monkeypox. Everybody's
in line. You're like, guys, you can only get vaccinated. Like, yeah, I definitely didn't go this morning.
This is the most healthy country.
Yeah.
Mine is going to be crying. But like setting yourself up for like a good cry. So like you're gonna watch the saddest movies. Either like if you're heartbroken, you're gonna watch rom-coms, because that's gonna really set you up for like I don't have anything. But if you're in a relationship, then you're gonna watch like people dying of like cancer
what's
or like
the
Holocaust
saddest movie
movies.
you think you've watched to do this with?
Oh, I can do it with a commercial, by the way. Like I am
That's how much emotional range you have?
I'm a fragile bitch.
Do you ever cry at TikToks?
Of course.
Do you?
No.
I do.
Yeah.
I think every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely.
You cry at TikToks every day?
I think once a day.
The reason
I'm right there with you.
Not cry, but I will tear up.
Yeah, of course.
I will tear up.
The reason I want to tell you why that's interesting from him is like most of the reels he sends me is like a mentally disabled person picking up poop from the toilet. I'm like, you cry from that? What are you talking about?
I will laugh at that shit, or like a guy with Down syndrome falling down the stairs. But if I see somebody in camouflage walk into a gymnasium, I go, he's home.
He's home.
Yeah. The dog recognizes him before the kids do.
I'm wrecked, dude.
Yeah.
God, I love that.
I think a good like cry and like almost like setting a scene so that you can have your best possible cry. And I'm not into the foo-foo stuff. I'm not gonna take a bath. I'm not gonna put on like a fucking candle.
But you're right. There is an emotional like prepping if you're not that, because I feel like you're more in touch with your emotions than most comedians, most people.
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
But like I'm completely out. Like I'll start crying and I don't know why, and I'm like, this is about my dad 6 years ago or whatever.
You're
I'm
on
like,
drugs, but
no, not always.
It's called
okay. Sometimes it's just regular mania. Right? There's nothing special about
Sometimes it's just your chemicals inside
it. It's
your
just
body.
the voices, man. I always thought it'd be like a really, really horrible disease if you had schizophrenia, but all the voices were like racist Chinese voices.
Oh, he's not racist. The
like he's not racist, but the voices are like, kill your family, and you're like, stop, dude, I'm in showbiz. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
That's not going to be the excuse for every racist comment.
Yeah.
I have
racist schizophrenia.
I have racist schizophrenia. It's they haven't updated the book yet, but it's real.
I have bipolar.
Yeah.
What is our borderline personality disorder? And my other one is David Duke. Dude, it sucks.
It sucks, dude. I hate it.
I'm like a really nice guy.
I'm a good guy.
And Duke comes out.
Them Duke boys are in my mind.
Them Duke boys are up to no good again.
No, but even when she was talking, I was like, literally, like I'm so emotionally out of touch. All I can do is like try to make jokes about emotions. I was like, what's the emotional movie I would watch to make myself sad? I was like, oh, the third Rush Hour. You know why it's that sad?
Because it wasn't as good?
No, because you know they're not making a fourth. So you're just like watching the whole time, like, this is it. This is the last Chris Tucker making Chinese noises. Oh, God damn.
He was such a good team.
They were a good duo.
They were
a great duo.
The premise of every movie is like the FBI is like, don't be involved in this. And they're like, we don't want no trouble, but they still solve the crime.
Come on, Lee!
You guys are fun.
Did you ever watch Shanghai Noon?
Of course.
Another great Jackie Chan duo.
But the problem is they paired him with a white guy who's like like Owen Wilson couldn't make any Chinese noises or anything. You know what I mean? And
He didn't have to because he was making Owen Wilson
Chris
noises.
Tucker. If you've read about the Rush Hour script, the guy who made it and Brett Ratner, R.I.P., directed it. Chris Tucker improvised 90% of those lines. Like they would write something corny. They'd be like, "Hey, Jack, whatever. Watch out, Lee," and he'd be like, I was looking for your sweet and sour ass. He would just come up with the craziest racist stuff, and then he got a writing credit from it because they were like, "This is so good, we're making 2 more of these."
That's hilarious.
But like, I mean, you hear about like Jim Carrey movies. How if it wasn't Jim Carrey improving the whole thing, like
He's
Ace
so
Ventura
good.
wouldn't have been a good film.
Thank you
Liar,
for
Liar.
what a perfect tie back in. Because I love Jim Carrey is one of my favorite comedic things.
Yeah, he's amazing.
If I'm ever feeling bad, I can watch old In Living Color sketches and be like, "Wow, it's still relevant." It's still, but his stand up was so bad.
That's okay.
And it is okay. It is fine. But I'm like, we just don't. We do this thing where like we love people so much that we're like, yeah, he was a legend at it. And you're like, no, dude. If you're high or drunk and you need to sober up, watch Jim Carrey's stand up because it will
Humble
bum you out immediately.
What is it?
that's
Just
your
like an
crime.
hour of him doing this, and then a different phase.
It's kind of that. It's like some comics are incredible at impressions or physical comedy, but they don't understand the little segues or mechanisms or like the fake patter we do. So the other day I was, they don't get that. They're just like,
He was
what if
also
Bill
like,
Clinton was the, you know what I mean? Like,
he was also like 19 doing stand up though.
I'll give you that. That is, but they recorded it as a special. People were like, there's still comics at the store that like Carey on stage. I was like, I think you should save that for Jay Leno, Drew Carey, other guys who you're like, what? I can't believe, like really were legends. You know what I mean? Like Janine Garofalo, all these people that we think of as actors were actually really, really good comics. And Jim Carrey, I'm sorry, huge fan. Terrible stand-up.
It's okay. He made it. He
did. I didn't. I'm a great stand-up and I don't sell no fucking tickets. So who's laughing now? Still him.
All right. Do I have to do my fucking...
Unless you don't
No, I don't
self-crash.
I think self-care would be my self-care.
I love that. You're just like moisturizing.
No. Like the lack of it. The way I treat myself. Like mental health, my physical health. I, for the last, I think 2 or 3 years, have not slept.
Like normally. Like
Yeah.
But you nap.
Nope. I
Really?
can't nap. I average like 3 hours of sleep a night.
Oh, you're gonna die.
Yeah. It's been bad.
Yeah.
I also,
Really bad.
I have post-concussion syndrome, so like my head is just kind of fucked up and my sleep is like affected by that, I think.
Have you tried like strapping yourself to a wall and like stand sleeping, like doing something real weird?
You know, I haven't.
Has that worked for anyone or you just freestyle?
I just made that up. I was like, okay, you're gonna tape Velcro to your body, put are these Velcro walls, and then you just
Like blank check.
like check.
Remember that?
You ever tried listening to Adam
Rachel.
Carolla's
Yes.
podcast?
Yeah, good reference.
I used to work on Adam Carolla's podcast.
That'll put you right to sleep.
I was sleeping great 3 years ago.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. No, I'm Kim Jong.
No, but that would be that's my.
He's even
my
literally on
self-medication.
Ambien, and he'll be like texting me like premises. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
He's like, the Ambien's good. I'm like, shouldn't you be asleep right now? What are you doing? Like this
It's
is
a
crazy.
wild one. Yeah.
But yeah,
That was great. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
this has been haters, or depending on where you're watching this, and Liz is going to move to LA soon, unless this podcast does numbers, in which case she has to move to Austin.
No, that's true.
No, thank you so much for doing. You are honestly
Yeah, thank
the nicest person in comedy, second only to Attell, because he does favors even when he doesn't like people.
Yeah, he's an angel.
He's way too nice.
No, I'm a big fan of Dave on stage and off stage. What a lovely person.
It shows, and you've always been.
I'm never going to talk to you again. So that's where Dave gets to be number one.
No, but she's like one of the coolest, most gracious people, and every other person that we have on this show is literally going to be utility, and we won't tell them that to their face. But you were, I'm like, this had to happen, so thank you, and goodbye.
Bye.
Fuck Fiji.
I hate you, bitch.